Hey, great people. So today have spent a bit of time being a weekend to reflect on a number of things. And one of the things that is coming to my mind right now is just thinking about us as people of God and how God is constantly working in us and evolving us from one point to another. And I've spent some time reflecting about my own life. So all the way from my childhood, how things have been um, throughout my adult young adult life and now that I'm becoming an old mzee, the years are really moving. So I I've really taken time to think about this, and one thing that I've reflected on most is the fact that whenever you see a person, and more specifically a young person or a child, you have to realize that this person is actually somebody who is under God's workmanship, all right? I would say that this is a work in progress, WIP. And as I was thinking about this, I thought like, if you go to Stuttgart, in the Mercedes factory in Germany, where guys are making skeletons to produce Mercedes, when if you walk into production lines and you see all the skeletons and all the rough work that is happening before the vehicles actually comes to shape, you realize that you may know that actually these are the vehicles that will come out on our roads and they will just look so fantastic, well finished, just like fantastic work of human hands, right? So that's how us guys, we are in the hands of God, right? And one thing that we need to be thinking about a lot is the fact that we are always in God's factory being manufactured, right? And while maybe people might move in and out of your life based on seasons, you realize that God is always there, putting parts in your life, just like the way you'd see in a Mercedes factory. Um, over a period of time, the engineers are working on the machines. Even though when you walk at the very initial stages, you just see a skeleton and you wouldn't see that this is actually a fantastic machine which is just being manufactured, all right? But you see, engineers are constantly, every single day, they are putting in parts. Every single day, they are putting in new parts. And by the time that machine hits the road, you realize that it's just a fabulous piece of work. That is the same way we are in God's hands. We are constantly being built. I don't know whether you've ever met an old friend of yours, like the way I meet guys I grew up with in the village. Those days when life was life, just living, um, and some of the guys really, they're not able to reconcile about maybe the transformation that I've gone through as a person. I'm that guy who grew up in the village, and the very first time I wore shoes was when I was going to high school, right? That was the very first time. And that was life. So those people that I meet after those 15 years, 20 years, one of the reactions they have is that, oh, is this you? Okay, I didn't know. So they're completely surprised because there has been a lot of transformation. There has been a lot of change that has happened in my life over these years. All right. And that's the transformation I'm talking about when I say we are God's tools, we are God's um, pieces of work. We live under God's or in God's factory, and we are constantly being processed. We are constantly being refined. So what we need to do is to ensure that we are plugging into that power of God that is able to transform us as human beings into completely new pieces of work that human beings wouldn't believe that we are the same people. All right. So think about it, so that whenever you see a human being, and especially I usually say talk about children when they're growing up, just be careful what you think or what you say about them, because this is God's pieces that are in the factory, they're being processed. you 100% don't know what these people are likely to be in the next 10, 20, 30 years. You'll be surprised, you'll be shocked on what comes out of these people. Because while you are away, and that's the reason why you get surprised, while you are away pursuing your life, God was never away. God was constantly working on this person and molding this person to eventually become the kind of person God wants them to be. And that's why you get surprised when you meet somebody you've not met for many years, and there has been all this transformation, and these people have become big, and these people have become something else completely different, and you're surprised, like, oh, is it you? Ah, okay, you've changed. You've changed a lot. It's been many years. You are genuinely surprised because while you were away, God never took a break. God was constantly working on this person, slowly by slowly, just like the way you find Mercedes cars being worked on in the factory, putting new pieces in the main body every single day. And then when that machine comes out, it's totally, completely different from what you saw initially. Okay, great. Think about it. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening. Bye.